So in this upcoming video, we're going to show you how we take this old steel door going into our garage, and we're going to put one of our wood grain veils on it. In this case, it's going to be a Burma teak. It's going to come real close to capturing the look of the cedar here. Should be a really cool video. Okay, I've removed the steel door from our garage. I've removed all the hardware, the doorknob, the lock, the hinges, the weather seal. I've sanded the surface down on both sides, just taking any high spots down from the paint job that was on here before. The weather strip was rotted. I took that off. I'm going to end up sealing the bottom with our Polyaspartic, just so I get a really good seal down there before I put a new one on. Next step is going to be using a bare paint and primer. We're going to put 2 coats on both sides, let that dry overnight. We're going to come back. We're going to resurface this with our Burma teak wood grain veil. We're going to end up doing a saturation coat, 1 flood coat with our epoxy. So with the saturation coat, we use 2 ounces per square foot. Flood coats are 3 ounces per square foot. And then we're going to do a seal coat on the exterior side of the door with our Polyaspartic to give it superior UV resistance, as well as really good scratch resistance and impact resistance. It is a steel door, so it's going to be tough to do any damage to this. So stick around, it's going to be a really cool video. We have already prepped the door. We've taken our bare paint and primer, applied it yesterday. It's completely dried now. We like using bare paint and primer because of the low ammonia content and the off-gassing that you get with it. So what we're getting ready to do now is to apply our veil. In this case, it is our Batut Tropical. This is one of our in-stock patterns that we have, one of our wood grains. It's a really cool print, really good graining. We like the color to it. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to use a Loctite spray adhesive. We're going to go ahead and spray the Loctite spray adhesive down. We're going to apply the veils, get all the wrinkles out of it. Then we're going to come back with our saturation coat using our stealth coating epoxy. We're going to use that in 2 ounces per square foot. So stick around and see what happens. We've got our Batut Tropical veil applied. We've got all the wrinkles out of it. We've got it all cut to size. We've got all the holes cut in it. Now we're getting ready to do our saturation coat. In this case, it's going to be a 2-gallon kit. All of our epoxies are 1-to-1, so they're super easy to use. These are all the items that you're going to get in our kits. So with this Batut Tropical, this would be a 2-yard kit. We're going to end up having a Bondo spreader, a chop brush, a stir stick, and our veil roller. And what the veil roller is used for is getting any entrapped air that would be under the surface once the resin is applied. Okay, so we're ready to do our saturation coat. We've got 24 ounces here. I'm going to end up having to do a little bit extra just with the cup that I've got. We're going to need 32 ounces, 2 ounces per square foot to saturate this out. So once you get the epoxy in the cup and mixed up good, you want to get it onto the surface. Even though our epoxy's got long working times, you got a 45-minute working time on this, in a mass, they're going to build up heat and they're going to start to, you're going to lose working time. So once you get it mixed up, you're going to want to get it onto the surface. And now I'm going to use the Bondo spreader just to basically move the resin around to get it to wick into the veil, to get it to wet out. We're going to keep everything to the center of the part right now before we start to push it over the edge, just to make sure that we get everything wet out right and we've got enough material. Okay, we've waited overnight. We did our first flood coat, 3 ounces per square foot. Saturation coat was 2 ounces per square foot. I had a couple little bumps that were sticking up, so I decided I was going to sand it down, taking those little bumps off. And right now what I'm doing is coming back and doing 24 ounces over this. So a little over an ounce per square foot. And all I'm really trying to do is just get one more nice cover over it. And then what we're going to do is come back tomorrow, because this is the exterior side of the door. We are going to do our first pour of polyaspartic on the exterior of the door, just so we can have that super high UV protection, so the side that's facing the sun. Welcome to Michigan. It is February 8th. It is a balmy 29 degrees here right now, with the wind chill of about 25, so it's pretty chilly out. Reason why we're outside is we're going to show you how we're going to use our polyaspartic, and really you can do it in any temperature, all the way down to 30 below zero. So it's a really cool product. We use it as a top coat on many of our applications over our epoxies. This can be used over anybody's epoxies, it doesn't need to be ours. You can use this as a standalone product. In this case, what we've done is we've got our steel door here to took it off the garage. We painted it with a Behr paint and primer. We used a Loctite spray adhesive. We applied our Batuk Tropical wood grain veil. Got it all down, got the wrinkles out of it. We used our 1:1 stealth coating epoxy to do a 2 ounce per square foot saturation coat to wet the veil out. Came back 6 hours later and did a flood coat with 3 ounces of material, let that dry, and here we are. Okay, we're ready. Got our 220 grit on our orbital pad, and what we're doing now is just basically scuffing the surface. Not doing a ton of sanding, we're just trying to scuff the surface, get a little better mechanical lock, knock any high spots down that may be on the surface, get a little better bite from the polyaspartic latching onto the epoxy. Okay, so what we've done is we've went and we've mixed 8 ounces each, 8 ounces of A, 8 ounces of B. This door is about 16 square feet, so 1 ounce per square foot. You can go 1.5, you can go 2, you can go a half. Cool thing was with these top coats, you don't have to get crazy like epoxy. You can put thin layers down, and then if you want to scuff that and put another one and scuff it and put another one and start building your layers and around. This is probably going to give me about an hour and 15-20 minute working time before it starts building the viscosities. So plenty to do this. It's plenty of time. So watch when this goes on how lean this material is. Really low viscosities compared to your epoxies. So one thing I want to show you before I start rolling this out is, just grab the camera. How clear it is. And I am not sure with the lighting, being I'm outside, you see how it's flowing. And not a lot of air. So that's the other cool thing. You don't need a torch with polyaspartics. I use a heat gun at times. And I'm not sure exactly what you guys see with the lighting, but super clear. If you got any questions, leave them in the comments below. Check out the website, stealthveils.com. So finally got the door reinstalled back on. Turned out absolutely awesome. This is our Batuk Tropical. Took me a couple days to get it on. That's a Polyaspartic coating over it, sanded, just to put more of a satin look to it. So I lost that shine. Look turned out really, really good. Let me know what you think in the comments below.